Madam Mayor, we are live.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm thinking everyone's here. I'm trying to see. Looks like 1, 2, 3. Okay, good evening, everyone. Board of Trustees, department heads, and Dolton residents. We're waiting on one person. I see Trustee Steves, Trustee Voucher. Is Trustee House on? Right now, Trustee House, Trustee Norwood. I don't see any of you. Okay. We have to wait 1 second till we have a quorum. And I'm missing Trustee Brown. So I only see 2 trustees.
Yeah, Mayor, they're for some reason they're struggling. They're trying to get in. I think they may have the wrong link.
Okay. Ontario, if you could send them another link. And residents, if you're watching, I want to just give you some information. If you're watching this and you want to communicate with everyone, please go to communications@vodolton.org. Again, communications@vodolton.org for any questions that you would like addressed. And I'm just waiting on several trustees to log on. Once they log on, we will move forward. And I hope everyone had a happy and safe Halloween. It was cold, but it was a nice turnout the other day. Residents was really happy to have a safe environment to actually come and let their little ones run around. I had fun. I dressed my daughter as 101 Dalmatians, and I was Cruella, so it was kind of cool. And I saw a lot of kids, a lot of people was Wonder Woman. So I really was thrilled with all the costumes and everyone that came out. So thank you, residents, for coming out. It just showed me y'all needed something to do. It's somewhere to go besides door to door. We had a dance contest. We had a costume contest. We played red light, green light. It was a lot of fun. It was really, really, really entertaining. Waiting on, who am I missing now? Let's see. See Trustee Norwood, Trustee House. I don't see, wait, no, Trustee Brown and Trustee Holmes.
What is that one?
So we got.
Trustee Brown's gonna do it now.
Ontario, can you let Trustee Holmes in?
He's coming in, just waiting.
All right, so I see that the entire board has now logged on, so we will start our board meeting. Today, I would like to call to order the regular scheduled Board of Trustees via Zoom live stream on YouTube, Monday, November 1st, 2021. The time now is 6:39. If you can call the roll, please. You're on mute, clerk.
Trustee Holmes,
Here.
Trustee Norwood,
Present.
Trustee Steve, Trustee.
Present,
Okay,
present.
got you. Trustee Belcher,
Here.
Trustee House,
Here.
and Trustee Brown.
Present.
We have a quorum.
All right, thank you. Now we do pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Flag
of
of
the
the United States of America
and
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
one nation,
under
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
liberty.
liberty and justice for all.
Okay, all right, next we will start with prayer. Would you like to leave us in prayer, Trustee Brown?
Heavenly Father, please look on Dolton as we have our scheduled board meeting. I pray, God, that it all goes in for the good of the residents. I ask these things in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
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 Next, before I go on to general announcement, I want to announce again, if anyone like any questions answered, please send all questions for citizens address to communications@vodolton.org. Again, it is communications@vodolton.org. Thank you. Next, we have general announcement. Do anyone have any general announcements?
Yes, may I be recognized, Mayor?
Sure, go ahead, Trustee.
Good evening, everyone. I want to start out by saying, the trustees have Tea with the Trustees coming up, which is the first of second weekend of every month. It's the first, it's going to be out at the Lester Long Center. You will be getting an email and you'll see the flyer as the update the topic and what we choose to discuss. Second thing, I want to make it very clear, I want to make a statement that Dolton has been in the news a lot for this last, month or so. But I want to make it clear on behalf of myself that we are definitely, this last hire, we took the power, I don't want to say take the powers. It was the voice of, only hire can be done with advice and consent of the board. Anything that was hired before that was not on us. So this latest hire that was all in the media that we all seen, that is this administration they're doing. So I want to separate us from that because that's not our decision. Second thing, we have a concern about the village administrator was only supposed to be here 6 months, it's up in November 17th. I don't think it's been added to the website. I don't know if there's any applications, anybody interviewed, but we all discussed and just 5 of the trustees agreed that we want to go in a different route with this village administrator. So I just want to let y'all, I want to let the residents know, the people who watch this, so that's where the board of trustees and myself, Edward, Steve, that's where we stand at. Thank you. That's all I want to say.
All right, thank you. Anyone else have any general announcements? Okay, moving on, citizens address. Terry, is there any comments for citizens address? Any questions? All right.
No comments in the email.
All right, thank you. Next, we have the village's clerk report. Clerk Key, you have the floor.
Sure. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for everyone present at this meeting, the residents, staff, administrators, and elected officials. I just have one item that I would like to present tonight, and I would like the trustees to vote on an email consensus to move forward with the resume of the new deputy clerk. This position has been posted since August of this year. After interviewing several people, I made a selection, and I'm hoping that this person can work this week, which was her scheduled work day. It's been 3 weeks, and I'm just asking for the board to approve this hire. I've submitted a copy of her resume to each of you. Clearly, she's qualified for this position. Thank you.
All right. Next, we have the village administrator's report. Dorothy Brown, you have the floor.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you so very much. I want to say that this is my next to the last village administrator report. I have agreed with the mayor to give her 1 extra month as I committed to be here through the end of November at a minimum. I gave her 1 extra month so that I can get on with my life that I had planned when I retired. But it's been wonderful working with all of you wonderful trustees. I was hoping to be able to help vet, use my 20 years of hiring and managing executives to help vet the next village administrator, and I still hope to be able to do that. What I want to do is leave this village in a great place. I've been keeping folders of all of the different things that I've been doing so that I'll be able to transition properly to the next person. I'm very proud of the revenue generating ideas that I have either brought to the table or helped to bring into fruition. This month has been a very, very busy month and very productive. I want to thank my administrative assistant, Medina Neely, because she continues to stay late with me. She stayed until 11:30 p.m. on last Wednesday so that we could get the report out, the agenda, and pack it out to the board as I promised. The Wednesday before the board meeting, we would get it out. So when the board receives the email at 11:30 p.m., it's because we're still here at the village getting that out, working hard for you. And so I am committed to excellence. That's what I operate at, a level of excellence. And that's what I'm going to continue to operate on at until the last day that I am here. That's what you will get from me. I want to thank Chief Collins because whenever I'm here late by myself, and that's probably pretty much every night, or if Medina was with me, he when I feel uncomfortable, he will send a police officer over to escort me, to watch me until I get to my car. So I want to thank Chief Collins for doing that and just being there for me. I am proud to announce that the Secretary of State actually approved our updated vehicle sticker request. And after this board meeting, and we approved their payment, which is $500 for the entire list, we will be able to get the new list of vehicle stickers. So anyone who has not paid to date or who was not on the list, because as I've reported in the past, we had not had a vehicle sticker updated list since 2013. So no prior village administrator had ever stopped to think to request an updated vehicle sticker list. So we were sending out to an old list. So I'm proud of that. The Amnesty program flyer is ready to go as soon as that's approved. We also created the water bill payment form, and I met with the water department head as well as our IT person, and we have talked through how that entire process will go for people to be able to sign up and get their amnesty starting on right after this board meeting when the board approves that. I met with the Cook County team, the Department of Transportation and Highway, on the CREATE project, which is the water main relocation project. And that's about $370,000 where we will be relocating the water main for around the railroad tracks for the $19 million project that the county is leading on behalf of Dolton and all the surrounding neighborhoods to straighten out the railroad tracks. I met with the Cook County team also on the grade separation study that needs to be had related to the $2 million grant. We have a $2 million study grant to get the overpass at 138th and Cottage Grove. I have a meeting with the village engineer every other week. I set that up back in July because I wanted to get a hold of a handle on all of the various projects and grants and make sure that we're bringing them to fruition. And so after I met with him, I started reaching out to these various agencies and finding out where these things stand. And we have been able to get them back on track and back started. Cook County will be on at the COW to explain both the CREATE project, the $19 million, and the $2 million study that needs to be done for the $42 million project related to the overpass at 138th and Cottage Grove. I met with Janice Johnson and Chris Marabali, and they have both been working on the water meter project, and Ron from the village engineers is also doing the application portion that the village engineers had to do. And we should be able to get the application related to the digital meters to the Illinois Department of Environmental Protection, the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency during the month of November. I was happy to submit the grant and receive the grant based upon my proposal for the Light Up Dolton project with Commonwealth Edison. They actually approved my proposal for holiday lighting for Dolton, and we will be actually doing that on having a program related to that on December 4th. Dolton was one of only a total of 10 municipalities out of 400 that actually they selected our application for that particular grant. So that's very exciting. I was able to put back on track the implementation of the civic system, and I'm happy to report that Derek Blocker, the IT person who has been working very hard to ensure that the civic systems accounting system is in place, and of course Chris Marabali, they've both been working very hard. All the staff have actually been trained, and the warrant list that actually came out this month was from the new civic system, and there are a few additional modules that have to be put in place, but it's going very well. We have open discussions with the attorney. I have met with the attorney and the Fraternal Order Police Patrolman, of course, the Chief Collins as well. We've opened negotiations for the Fraternal Order Police Patrolman's contract. We've opened, we've had a few negotiating sessions with them. We've had one negotiating session with the FOP for lieutenants and sergeants, and we've had one negotiating session for ASME. But I've also had a negotiating session with ASME related to the time that public works employees were laid off, and they needed to be, and we're negotiating during arbitration, the arbitrator said they need to be compensated. So my goal is to ensure that the next village administrator has a great roadmap to follow. I want Dolton to be what Dolton can be. It's a jewel, and I want Dolton to be what Dolton can be. So we want to do everything that we can, and we will do everything that we can to ensure that Dolton will be the jewel that's right outside of Chicago that it can be. So Mayor, that's those are the one other thing I want to say. I met with Ron and the individuals, the firm that was actually hired to do the street resurfacing that was approved by the board this summer, and they committed that they will actually get all of those streets resurfaced before Thanksgiving. So that's very exciting news for the village of Dolton. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Village Administrator. Next, we have the engineer's report, Ron Smith.
Good evening, Mayor, Trustee,
evening.
Madam Clerk, and residents from the Village of Dolton. I will just reiterate a couple of items that the village administrator had spoke about. The CREATE project, which is the grade separation from 142nd to 138th and Cottage Grove. That's a $2 million phase 1 environmental study. Also, the CREATE WA11 project, and that is the relocation of the existing 16-inch water main. That is a $300,000 project, which will be funded by the county, the Federal Highway Authority, CDOT, and also NDOT. We're also are full steam ahead on the IEPA water meter replacement project that the village administrator had spoke about. Also, we have a CDBG $220,000 grant that we received. At the next meeting, you will be receiving a subrecipient agreement that has to be passed by the board, which authorizes the mayor and the clerk to sign off on that. We'll be receiving that funding next year, and that is to resurface various roadways throughout the village. Also, there is a new initiative for a lead service line replacement project in the tune of $4 million, which is no cost to the residents of the village to replace all the lead service lines in the village. Also, we have a $137,000 quiet zone study that came through a grant that was applied for through the Invest and Cook. And what that does, that eliminates the quiet zones within those grade separations. So basically, you will not be hearing the horns blare through the 5 separate at grade crossings throughout the village. So we are working on that as well. Also, the mayor has been a staunch supporter of a resident water bill assistance program, which is sponsored by CETA, which gives low-income households the availability for water assistance. Well, they'll pay up to $900 a one-time fee for residents, income-based only, to eliminate and erase $900 of their water and sewer bills that are outstanding for residents and also for renters and homeowners throughout the village. Right now, we are doing the engineering for the alley resurfacing project, and we're going to submit the plans and the specifications and bid documents to the Illinois Department of Transportation, because we're doing that through MFT funding for approval. And like the village administrator said, we are currently embarking on over a $700,000 project, which we are resurfacing various roadways throughout the village as part of the Rebuild Illinois grant. And we will also be doing that project again next year, because the village is receiving funding quarterly for the Rebuild Illinois grant to resurface various roadways throughout the village. So we're embarking on a huge endeavor throughout the village with regards to infrastructure, water, and also infrastructure projects. And at this time, I will entertain any comments or questions that the trustees may have at this point.
This is Trustee Brown. I have a question. You say
Yes.
that we are working on the water bill assistance from CETA. Are we in the
Yes.
process of working on it?
The grant just came out. Right now, we are completing the paperwork, which will help in assistance of income-based residents to wipe out $900 of their water and sewer bill for income-based only residents. So that grant
Okay.
came out, and we're putting all the documents together so we can get funding for that. And that funding comes directly to the village. And again, it's income-based only for residents, but that will definitely help shore up and help assist the residents in the village
Yes.
on outstanding water bills that they have. Only outstanding, not current or future.
Well, it definitely will help us generate some revenue, that's for sure, with the revenue being lost in the water department of uncollected bills. So this definitely will give us a helping hand if we are able to get that grant.
Any type of grant funding with regards to water, sanitary, storm sewer, and infrastructure.
Mhm.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ron.
Thank
Next
you very
we
much,
have-
Mayor.
Next, we have committee reports. We're starting with police, Trustee Holmes.
Good evening, Mayor, administrators, elected officials, and also to the residents of the village of Dolton. Please secure your automobile, not only in the village of Dolton when you leave Dolton and go everywhere else, but in the village here, we have had numerous reports of citizens having items stolen from their vehicles. And this has been in the overnight hours. In almost every incident, the vehicle was not forcibly entered. The doors were left unlocked. Please secure your vehicle whenever and wherever you park. And do not leave valuables on your seats or inside your car. We also are looking into some of the package thefts. Package theft is still a big issue in many communities. Some items have been dropped off and thieves just come along and they sit there and they watch the trucks and they take them. Have your package delivered to your work if your employer allows it. Have your neighbors intercept the package for you. Arrange for your package to be picked up at the facility that they're delivered to, or either be home when your package arrived there. If and any time you see anyone just constantly standing on your block, call 911. Just report it. I mean, if they're there standing outside over an hour and you don't know them, please call 911. And also monitor the vehicles when you're leaving home early going to work. If at any time before you leave your home, you see it's wintertime and you see a vehicle out there constantly running and not leaving, not moving, you don't recognize that vehicle, call 911. Sometimes this may be a setup just for a robbery or a carjacking. And we ask that if you're warming up your vehicles because it's wintertime, have someone standing out there watching you while you go to your vehicle until you leave your home, and also returning to home when it's dark. That's the end of my report, Mayor.
All right, thank you, Trustee Holmes. Next, we have Melanie Fitness Center, Trustee Brown.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. We continue to still see a deficit at the fitness center. As of today's date, we have a deficit of $31,477. So we definitely have to come up with some kind of idea as to what we're going to do with the fitness center. I know we are near the end of the year. Hopefully we can come up with something by the beginning of the year to see what we're going to do with the fitness center. I did receive an email from a resident that they were interested in. I guess they seen it out there. But Floyd Mayweather is putting gyms all over the United States in different areas. So I did get a chance to get that email. I definitely will share it with everyone. We all can take a look at it, trustees and mayor, and see if that's something we might be interested in. But I definitely will be forwarding that email to everyone, and we can take a look in it. Mayor, did you have any updates as for the YMCA?
Sure, nothing from the YMCA as of yet. The only update I do have is from the Park District. I met with Cleo Jones and also Kevin Bowens last week. Both of them are interested in taking it and putting it under the park. Right now, they're doing a feasibility study as relates to how much it's going to cost them. I gave them all the financials, and they're supposed to put a proposal together and get back to the board as it relates to if they're going to take it over or not. So now we're just waiting for their board to agree on taking it over. And that'll be
Okay.
cool, because it'll stay in the community, but they the
Absolutely.
only one that's actually like really moving on it. So,
Okay,
we are-
thanks.
You're welcome.
And that'll be the end of the report for the fitness center. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, trustee. Next, we have Public Works, trustee Steves. Trustee Steves, are you there?
Good evening, everyone. I'm here. I to get an update on Public Works. We had a Public Works Committee meeting, I think this past week. Public Works should be, they should be happy campers right now. We pretty much fulfilled almost everything, and we exceeded what they asked for. Everything they asked for, they're pretty much getting. We spent $510,000 on new equipment. We have a new front loader. We about to purchase a new a sewage sucker truck. We the numbers are up to union standards. So they have, pretty much, I think everything they've asked for, and they're still pushing, and pretty much we're gonna pass some more stuff tonight. So Public Works is in a good condition. They're in condition to get the things done. We've actually, we equipped them for everything that they need over the years. They always complained about not having enough equipment, not enough men. So we're up to union standards, and we have, new equipment over there. So I look forward to some good things coming from Public Works. Stacey Corral's doing a great job over there. And so we're going to continue to move forward and be on the lookout for my next committee meeting to discuss getting ready for the wintertime. That's into my report.
All right, thank you, trustee. Next, we have Fire, trustee Voucher.
Good evening, everyone. We had a fire meeting last week, fire committee meeting. We discussed going over and we'll have it on tonight's old business for the removal of the mold. And also we talked about the promotions. Our next meeting will be November 23rd. We're just trying to make sure that we can possibly get Fire Station 2 open hopefully by the new year. That's the end of my report.
All right, thank you, trustee. Next, we have you, trustee Norwood.
Good evening, everyone. I would just like to thank all the residents and all the children who joined our pumpkin decorating contest on the Saturday before last. So I'd like to thank all the parents for bringing them out. I'm having a youth committee meeting on Thursday, 11/18 this month. And Mayor, that is the end of my report. Thank you.
Thank you, trustee. Next, we have finance, trustee House.
Thank you, Mayor. If I can, prior to finance, I have one question. I've gotten some text messages from residents saying that they were unable to send comments in on the chat. Has that been disabled or?
No, I announced in the beginning of the meeting, they could send their questions to communications@vodal.org. So all questions are through email.
Okay, and
record. Yep.
As a result of that, the chat was disabled. Am I understanding that right?
I'm not sure of that part. I'm not a technical person. I just know that the new way is communications@vo.org.
Okay.
So they can send their questions too.
Thank you. For the finance committee, we did have our finance committee meeting last week, Wednesday. Because in the months of November and December, the last Wednesday of the month comes dangerously close and sometimes will match with Christmas. And in the month of November, it comes close to Thanksgiving. So we will not have a finance committee meeting this month. I will speak with our committee members on having one the first week of December to cover information. And then back into January, we'll go back to we will resume our normal schedule. So at our next committee of the whole meeting, I will announce the finance committee meeting date. That concludes my report. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Next, we have department reports. Police, Chief Collins.
Thank you, Mayor. Madam Clerk, trustees, department heads, and village residents. I want to provide an update on one of the agenda items that I said I was going to have to do some research on. That would be for the stop sign project at 142nd and Manor. According to Union Pacific, we are able to move the rough crossing sign wherever we want. They were of the belief that we didn't need the sign anymore since they had upgraded that crossing a while ago. So we can remove it or we can move it altogether. So the stop sign, if it's approved, it can go. This morning, there were numerous reports in the news about violence during the Halloween weekend. quite frankly, across the country, but I am happy to report that there was no violence in the village of Dolton. We are not on that list. No one was shot, no life was lost, so it was a successful Halloween weekend. One subject that I would really like to mention that cannot wait for a community policing meeting is carjackings. Carjackings are taking place throughout the city of Chicago and throughout the suburbs. Doesn't matter what suburb that you live in. These carjackings are taking place everywhere. So one of the things that you can, or some of the things that you can do to prevent yourself of the likelihood of becoming a victim is be completely aware of your surroundings. Pay close attention to people around you and anyone that's approaching you. And anytime you stop your vehicle, take just a moment to scan a parking lot or scan a gas station to see who's around, what vehicles may be around. And that's before you get out of your vehicle. And if it just doesn't feel right, it probably isn't right. You should leave that area very quickly. Also, whenever you stop your vehicle, leave yourself an escape route. Never park so close to an object or to another vehicle that you cannot drive away quickly if you need to. Leave yourself a way to get out. Some carjackers do work in teams. It's not just the lone subject. They work in teams of 2, 3, or 4, and some of them use another car. So be very aware of cars that may be following you, or cars that pull up quickly on you, or just seem to just be creeping. It's probably some nefarious activity that's about to happen. So you may want to get out of the area, or you may want to call the police if you feel really strongly that something is about to happen. There is a task force that has been developed, multi-agency task force that does include the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Illinois State Police that deals with these carjackings. And our officers, the vehicles taken in these carjackings, our officers do encounter these vehicles sometimes on a daily basis. So be very, very careful out there not to become a victim. Mayor, that is the end of my report.
All right, thank you, Chief. Next, we have Fire Chief McKay.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Madam Clerk, trustees, and residents of the Village of Dolton, as well as my fellow department heads. October was a successful fire prevention month. We were out there in the community at the events with the mayor. We were able to pass out some smoke detectors, and we still have more to give out. So I appreciate those opportunities getting out with the public and making everyone aware. Through the course of the calendar year, January 1st through October 31st, we responded to 4,531 emergency incidents, 2,857 which were EMS, 1,357 were fire or hazmat or rescue, motor vehicle accident responses, 317 still need to be coded, and we're at approximately 15 emergency responses average per day. I'm excited further on in the agenda as far as getting the mold removal out of Station 2 and getting that back open up and operational to serve our community, as well as formalizing and the promotions for fire lieutenant and fire engineer on a date that's available for you, Mayor. So it's something we'll have to get together and get that taken care of. If there's no other questions, that would complete my report.
All right, thank you, Chief. Next, we have Public Works, Stacey Corral.
Good evening, everyone. Public Works Productivity Report for October 2021. Public Works has been making tremendous progress in cleaning up the village. And there's a lot more improvement to be done. For the month of October, we have trimmed 14 trees, cut down 14 large trees, completed 4 B-box repairs, repaired 1 water main break, installed 20 stop signs, 2 no parking signs, 2 handicap signs. We've also completed the removal of the wood chip pile located at 142nd and Park, repaired numerous potholes throughout the village, performed 3 emergency turn-offs. We are also still working with Mead to make the light repairs to our poles and wiring infrastructure. We have completed restoration on 8 properties, cut the grass and weed whacked 13 properties, 9 vacant properties, and 5 vacant lots. We have completed numerous pickups throughout the village as it relates to fly dumping. Public Works mechanics have performed 8 jobs to the fire department vehicles, 1 job to the housing department vehicles, 5 jobs to the police department vehicles, and 10 jobs to the Public Works vehicles, along with miscellaneous jobs that have come into the shop. As a reminder, please put your garbage out the night before. your pickup day. The last day for yard waste pickup is November 30th. Please make sure that you are cutting your bushes and branches 3 to 4 feet sections and tied into bundles. Mayor, that completes my report.
All right, thank you. Next, we're gonna go to Code Enforcement, Brian Thigpen. Brian, you got the floor. Unmute yourself.
I'm sorry about that. Good evening, Mayor, trustees, residents. Code enforcement report for the month. There were 107 grass and weeds tickets issued. There were 237 debris tickets issued. There were 27 warnings given out for rental property violations, 24 citations issued for illegal tree trimming and bushes being torn up, and there were 27 property maintenance safety violations. That completes my report. Can I go ahead and do the interim housing manager's report while I have the floor?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Interim housing manager Cheryl Collins, there were 38 sales for a total of $78,000. 20 rental applications applied for a total of $4,000. 16 quick claim deeds for a total of $2,480, with a grand total of $84,400. That completes both reports.
All right, does that complete your report?
Yes, those both reports.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have Water Department, William Moore. I think he just got in. Mr. Moore, are you in? Okay, can you let him in, Ontario? I know William's trying to get in. So I'll just go to Building and Permits. Shamisa? Misha, you have the floor.
Okay. Hello, everybody. For the building department, we did 90 building permits, 20 plumbing permits, 25 electrical permits, 34 homeowner permits. We issued 26 contractor licenses, 9 business licenses. We received 11 water meter payments, 4 motor fuel tax payments, and liquor tax payments for a total of $88,932. And that concludes my report.
Okay,
Thanks.
you're welcome. Thank you. We're gonna move forward. We was waiting on Mr. Moore to get in, so we'll just go to corporate bills. Next on the agenda, Trustee House, corporate bills.
May I be recognized?
Sure, go ahead.
I got a question. The comments that's being disabled, you said that they've been disabled for a reason.
I just stated the way to communicate with us is via email. The email address is communications@vodolton.org.
Well, the residents have been used to this for the last, since we've been in COVID, and y'all didn't announce that y'all would disable the comments. That's not that's a technical thing that the person has to be told to do that. So for the record, you should disable, at least let the residents know this meeting, we're not going to accept comments this meeting, but send your stuff into the communications email.
Okay.
But to disable the comments without letting nobody know is completely wrong.
Okay. I haven't done anything wrong, for the record. I've stated this at several board meetings going forward. I stated this again in the beginning of this meeting, that send your comments, send your questions, communications@vodolton.org. Last meeting, we read questions that was emailed to us into the record if you guys want to go back and check it. So we're going to move on. We're not going to argue over that. If anybody has a question or comment, communications@vo.org. No, communications@vodolton.org. Moving on.
Mayor, may I be recognized real quick?
Trustee, we want to move forward. So
I'm asking, can I be recognized, Mayor? I have a question.
No, not right now. We want to move forward with the corporate bills. So let's go.
So you're not going to answer my question, Mayor?
No, we're going to move forward to the next thing, which is corporate bills. Trustee House, you have the floor.
Okay.
Well, Mayor, I think if the board wants to ask a question, I would prefer that we ask it. So I would rather either we suspend the rules so that they can ask the question, or I would prefer
Well,
that
then
Trustee
you guys
Norwood
will
do the
have to
question.
suspend the rules. We're not gonna argue and debate every board
Okay,
meeting.
well,
We're here to
I'll-
take care of business. Wait 1 minute, trustee. We're here to take care of business, and that's what we're going to do. We're not gonna argue over every little thing, every board meeting. Other than that, we'll be at a meeting all night. So what I'm stating is, let's keep going so we can get through our agenda, which is lengthy, is what I'm saying. All we do is go back and forth. And I already spoke to the question, which is how do the board and how do residents communicate? That's through the email.
So Mayor.
No, he needs to suspend or whatever y'all gonna do.
I would say, Mayor, it seems to me at this point, the back and forth, the trustee hadn't even asked the question. So it gives me the feeling that we're not allowed to ask a question or it's perceived as an argument. So just to follow your directive, I motion that we suspend the rules so that Trustee Norwood can ask her question.
Okay, and then for the record to you, trustee House, and I make a statement if I'm saying that we're gonna move forward, that's my stance. It's not to go back and forth with anyone. My stance is to run the board meeting. So my stance is not to sit here and get off record track to go over other things that's not related to what we're discussing, which is the agenda. But go ahead, your motion is accepted. Is there a second?
A second.
Okay, I'll call the roll, Clerk Key.
Okay, Trustee Steve,
Aye.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
Trustee Holmes,
Aye.
Trustee Brown,
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
This is a motion.
All right, go ahead.
Mayor, I was just simply asking because I have residents contacting me and they were just wondering. So my question to you was, moving forward, are you saying to the residents that they will know the chat will continue to be discontinued and that they will no longer be able to comment, but they'll have to email the questions prior to the meeting for citizens address? Are you changing citizens address?
I already answered that, so my
Are you-
answer still stands for the record. Whatever I just said previously still
Okay.
good answer.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. I just want the residents
No
to know.
problem.
Thank you. I appreciate
I
it.
already answered that. Any other
Okay.
questions? Any other questions? All right, let's go back to the board meeting.
No, sir, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Okay, so next, moving forward to.
We're still in
Oh,
suspension
you
of the rules.
got one more? Go ahead.
Yes.
What you
Yes,
got?
it's not about what I got. You can't just steamroll everything, man. You can't do that. You got to be respectful of what we're saying. You realize in COVID, we've been on Zoom for the last year or 2 years. Then when you got one, you don't take answers. You don't answer no question that's in his address. Remember, people text me and say, I sent my question and still haven't get an answer. And then now you disable the comments, no announcement. And then, okay, so I'm disabling, that's what we're going to do. You got to communicate better with the board and with the residents. It's the wrong way to do it. You just can't steamroll whatever. You just can't bully your way through this stuff. You still have a board that you got to communicate. The way you're doing it is all wrong. It's all wrong. So I understand you're going to disable the comments, but you never announced that. Nobody knows that. And they've been used to the comments for the last year, 2 years. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Okay. For the record, again, for the 18th time, my comment still stands. Go to communications, COMMUNICATINOS@codolton.org if you have any questions or comments. And if you guys go back to the previous meetings, this is the way we did it. No one's bullying anyone. I call all of you. I've said that several times. No one returns my calls. So stop it. Tell the truth, trustees. I reach out to you. You do not respond to me. So that's where we are. We're not going to hold up a meeting to go back and forth over things that we're not doing. I've called all of y'all. So stop with the grandstanding. So let's go back to the business of the agenda, which that's what we're here to do, which is the corporate business.
Can I
Everybody made a statement for the record. Statement noted.
Can I be recognized?
You can make your statement. Go ahead, trustee.
Is the attorney on here? Because I want to ask, is this legal for Open Meetings Act that the citizens don't have a voice? So I just want the attorney to speak.
Okay, the citizens do have a voice, so y'all can stop saying that.
Okay, I just asked for the attorney, Mayor.
Okay, you have your own attorney. So.
I don't care which attorney answer. I just want the attorney, any attorney on there, that they all municipal law to answer the question.
Okay. Any attorney? Okay, next, anybody else have a question? Any other questions?
The attorney is about to speak.
Oh, you responded? Okay, go ahead.
Trustee, I'm not going to give a legal opinion to the board in public. I will give a confidential legal opinion analyzing the Open Meetings Act and answering your questions.
Okay, thank you so much. I made a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Yep, I second it.
Okay, well, just for the record, you guys got to learn to get out your feelings because you still got to take care of the business at hand. So with that being said, that means, hold on, pause. That means that the residents suffer because you guys want to be petty.
All right.
It relates to you don't get your way about me stating that this is the way it's going to be done. That has nothing to do with giving the services that's needed to the community and voting like you're supposed to do. You guys get paid to come here and do the will of the people, not to argue and bicker with Mayor Henry. So by you guys adjourning, that means that all the things that all these department heads placed on the agenda is not going to do. And you are really disrespectful, Trustee Voucher, just so you know. So you have to grow up, please. So with that being said, if you guys would like to adjourn the meeting, by all means, go right ahead. That means that a lot of important things that we truly need will not get accomplished because you guys want to adjourn the meeting. So was there a motion, Clerk Key, so we can move forward?
So was this motion by Belcher and second by Norwood?
I'm asking you, I don't know, I'm not the
No, I'm asking them.
Is our attorney on?
Yes, there was a motion by Belcher and a second by Norwood to adjourn this meeting.
Okay, so let me do the roll call.
Please, thank you so much.
Trustee Steve?
No, I don't want to adjourn this meeting.
Okay.
Trustee Norwood?
Aye.
Trustee Belcher?
Aye.
Holmes? Trustee Holmes?
No.
Trustee Brown?
Aye.
Trustee House?
I had a question before this one. Do we have a date that we were going to adjourn it to? I think we should adjourn it until Thursday or somewhere because we do want to make sure the bills get paid, but I'm in favor. I believe the residents should have a voice. Was there a date proposed for the
They already sent out a special meeting for Wednesday, so we can have it at the special meeting. I don't care. But at this point, since legal counsel cannot provide us the answers we need, I think that we need to have conversations with attorneys.
Trustee House, I'm asking that you do not adjourn the meeting so we can get through this and vote on the bills and all the other things that you guys said you agreed to, and we can move forward. As it relates to communications with the board and with residents, we do talk to them through email. Last meeting, we had this conversation. Last meeting, I stated the same thing I'm stating now, which is go to communications@vodalton.org. People sent the emails in. We read them into record. So what's any different from today's meeting? It's the same thing.
It's not the same
us
thing.
not to have a meeting, it doesn't make sense.
is there a plan? And I will say this, I think maybe this has gone kind of difficult. I'm waiting for in-person meetings. I think that would alleviate a lot of this.
Well, we're working on that. I'm working on that currently as well, because we're remodeling Village Hall. So that is coming too.
Trustee,
this is not the same thing. They have never disabled comments in the last 2 years.
The last meeting it was. Let's see, the last meeting, I did this same setup. The last meeting, go back and look at it. They sent it through email. I'm not making that up. So now when we get here, how's any different? I just did it the last meeting. And like I said, if everyone's paying attention or had any comments or questions, all y'all could call me. I say that every meeting. No one calls me. Then we get here and we grandstand. And then we don't want to take care of the business for the people. That's not right.
Mayor, we work for the people, Mayor. We work for the people. And all I'm saying is we should be able to let them speak,
can't go on a
let them have a voice.
Back and forth and argue and bicker.
It's just letting them have a voice, Mayor.
Not to put on the
just
show.
letting them have a voice, Mayor. That's all.
They
Just
have
letting them
a
have a voice.
They have a voice. They have a voice. No one took
amazing.
their voice away. The way they communicate now is through email instead of going back and forth on a chat. So how did I not give them a voice?
I wish you would have communicated that with us, Mayor.
Hold on.
I
And
wish
if
you
you
would
look
have
at the last
communicated.
meeting, I read the same thing I'm stating to you right now in the record. And we read the questions in the record.
Mayor, this is the
that's why I
first
said
time
this
I've
ain't not
ever
new.
heard the chat.
This is not the first time.
Okay, on this one, I do want to get the legal opinion on Open Meetings Act prior to proceeding. I do have some concerns about that. I suggest Thursday because we don't have enough time to put up the proper agenda as the rescheduled date, and that would allow for the attorney to give the legal opinion. So that way, hopefully we can move forward. My vote is aye on adjourning until Thursday.
Okay, Clerk Key, what's on my schedule? Okay, we'll probably have to do Friday. You want to do Friday?
I'm okay with Friday as well.
Okay, set it for Friday.
I'm available Friday.
Okay, so how many votes is that, Clerk Key? Where we at? Clerk Key? You on mute? You on mute, Clerk Key? Unmute yourself.
Sorry about that. We have 4 ayes and 2 nays.
You broke
So
up.
that means
Say
the
it one more
motion
time.
passed.
I know. How many was it?
4 yes and 2 no's.
Okay. All right. Everyone, if you want to exit, you can. I'm still going to give my mayor's report. So residents can hear from their mayor on what I've been up to. So if anybody want to exit, y'all can exit now. Thank you. So from the mayor, you guys, we had an awesome weekend full of great things. I do apologize for the Board of Trustees not taking care of the business at hand this evening. We had several things going on. I'll start with, I was going to give them some kudos because we did have a special board meeting this Sunday, and it started at 7 p.m. And of course, it was Halloween. So we did pass the push tax ordinance on gambling machines. So what that means, residents, is anybody that pushes the button to gamble, we will get 1 cent. So that's revenue to the village. So I'm very proud of that. And I'm thankful that everyone did show up, except Trustee Voucher. She did not show up, but everyone else did show up to give their support to bring the revenue here to the village. So thank you, everyone that participated and took time out of their busy schedule to do so. And by me being a single mom, I did the same thing. You heard kids and everybody in the background. So thank you for that. Next, I want to give a special thanks to all those that attended and helped us raise awareness on Saturday, October 23rd for the breast cancer and domestic violence walk. That was awesome. We went down silly and shut it down as always. And we marched to the Unity Bridge. Yes, the Unity Bridge. And we did a U-turn, came back up and ended up at Medley Fitness. I want to thank everybody that supported me, especially my fire department, my police department, of course, PW, Public Works. Y'all are awesome. Y'all always show up and show out. And I want to thank the lovely residents that showed up and told their stories. Just so you're aware, a lot of people suffer from cancer, and the people don't really check. I told the story of how my mom found her lump in her breast, and I try to encourage other women to make sure you do your self-examination. A lot of people don't do the self-examination, and ladies, yeah, I'm gonna do it right here, but you raise your arm up and you push on your breast and you find the lump or check for lumps. That's how my mama found hers. And of course I was scared to touch it. She's like, Tiffany, come check my breast. And I just was so nervous to check it, but she actually had a lump. She found it, it was removed, and I still have my mom to this day for her doing her own breast examination. So women, check yourself, and men, check yourself as well. A lot of people don't believe that they can get cancer. I want to give a special shout out to a good friend of mine, State Rep Marcus Evans. He also had breast cancer, and he is a survivor as well. So men and women, go to the doctor and make sure you do screenings all the time. Next, I want to give a special thanks to all the employers that came out to the job fair this past Saturday, October 30th. It was at Thornridge High School. And when I say a lot of people showed up, I was shocked in the numbers alone that so many people would show up. When I say people that has issues such as dealing with backgrounds, I was so grateful for the employers that actually gave them opportunity to do on-the-spot interviews, that actually hired them in their company and said that it's okay. If you make a mistake and you're willing to fix your life, we're going to help you and give you the resources you need to succeed by employing you with our company. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Much kudos to those that's actually giving second chances to those in need. What else I got? Next, we had a Halloween trunk or treat yesterday. I told you it was a busy weekend. Yesterday, it was October 31st here at Village Hall. And again, residents, I knew y'all needed somewhere to go and bring your babies. And I knew you needed a safe environment. And that's exactly what I provided. A safe environment for you to bring your kids all dressed up in their lovely costumes. We had what was the Corvette Club? They was out here. They had candy in their trunks. They had also games and different things they played with the kids. I did a dance contest, a best costume contest, and also red light, green light, red light, green light. And then after that, I said yellow light. Nobody knew what yellow meant, but it was kind of cool. It was too cute. The kids was really sweet and happy, got tons of candy. I feel bad for the parents though, but the dentists in town would be happy because there'd be a lot of cavities. So that was really great. And I want to thank you to my awesome team, because without them, I wouldn't be as successful as I am. So thank y'all for coming out on a Sunday, even though y'all about y'all kids too. But it was really cool, guys. So again, stay tuned for all the things that we do offer and that we do bring to this wonderful village. Next, I have several events planned for November. You guys know I'm a busy bee. I've always been like that as a trustee for 8 years, and I'll continue to be like that as your mayor. My third quarterly virtual town hall meeting will be Wednesday, November 17th. I'm also doing a turkey giveaway on Saturday, November 20th. A holiday cook-off competition, but that'll be for the employees. That would be at Village Hall, or we looking for another location now. So if y'all can cook some good pot roast, some mac and cheese, some yams, y'all need to show them skills to all my staff. And then I will be having a senior Thanksgiving dinner on Tuesday, November 23rd, time and location to be announced. As I announced before, the Village of Dolton won the $2,500 Conwell Edison Powering the Holidays grant competition. That was really cool. So stay tuned for that. The tree lighting will be Saturday, December 4th. The time and location will also be announced. We are having a holiday decoration competition for the homes in Dolton. So Dolton, please show up and show out. I don't want to go to another town to show my baby Christmas lights. So please decorate your homes if you can afford it, of course. But if you got old lights from back in the day, decorate your homes. And we will be judging Sunday, December 12th through Friday, December 17th. And the winners of first place, second place, and third place will be announced Saturday, December 18th. So get your decorations together so you can come and register for house with us if you would like to, but go to the website for more details. Can't say that one. I was going to talk about the Amnesty program. That didn't happen. And that's one thing too, since I'm on there, I had something because I was going to commend everybody for moving forward. Amnesty program was something for you residents. And that's what I'm so bothered by with my board of trustees. When it's stuff for you, we got to learn to A, put our feelings to the side, and B, take care of the business at hand. Right now, everybody's in their feelings over nothing. And when I say nothing, because you can still communicate with us, what you done at the last board meeting, and we should have passed your amnesty program, which allows us to allow you to catch up with your water bill without no more penalties. So with that being said, that has not been approved today, and they would like to have another board meeting, which will be on Friday. We will post it, and hopefully they will approve the amnesty program for you. Ron Smith announced the CETA program, and that helps residents with water bill assistance. CETA has a low-income household water assistance program for residents. A customer can receive up to $900, a one-time payment towards a water bill or sewer, and either you could be an owner-occupied or a renter to apply. The village is currently now participating by filling out the paperwork. Once we get everything figured out, we will announce this, and this will also be on our village website. Next was the Block by Block program. I did initiate that. I initiated that as a trustee, and I initiated that again as mayor. The board of trustees did block that by not approving the no cash bid ordinances. So we do not have any homes to offer to any residents or investors. So a lot of people have been calling on that, but I just want you to know that we do not have any homes available. And that was a one-time thing, which is being voted on. I think it's November 4th or 6th at the county level. It was low-hanging fruit that we should have attacked and really went after, because it would have gave us the opportunity to go in and take a lump sum of properties at one time and offer it to you, the residents. But the board saw different. They didn't even show up to the meeting to address something as great as that. Some of my concerns that I have that's been going on is a lot of things have been in the media. The payroll data from the village has been shared with the media. The trustees get it to the news media for whatever reason. I just want you guys to know that. And then also our annual audit was due to the state October 31st, and we had to file an extension. Trustee House, who heads the finance committee, never requested that an audit be performed or an RFP be issued for a new auditor, but I had it on the committee of the whole agenda last month, and I was hoping that it would have got approved today so we can move forward. So I'm always crossing my T's, dotting my I's, making sure that we're not missing anything. Next, we received certification from the Illinois Secretary of State of our population. After the 2020 census, and our population has decreased. So I hate to report that. We are only at 21,426. We were at 23,153 in 2010 and 25,614 in 2000. This is almost a 10% decrease. So that means that we have to start attracting people to come to Dolton and keep people here in Dolton. The last thing that I want to announce that's really positive is I've been working on coming up with ways to help the residents to receive the $1.5 million that we received in American Rescue money and how it will be spent. My plan is to give it to the residents in the business district. For residents, I'm trying to either A, help pay your water bill or help you purchase a digital water meter during your hardship from the pandemic. And for the businesses, I would love to give grants as well due to the loss of your business during the pandemic. So those are two outlets that I'm trying to do to make sure you have money to move forward. Last but not least, I believe in second chances. I have a program that I'm bringing to Dolton that supports second chances. Life is about trial and error. I'm a firm believer in a person can't change, and that it's up to us to make sure we implement change. So with that being said, that is the end of the mayor's report. I want to get all that good stuff out so you guys knew what was going on and what's to come. Stay tuned. You can either go and follow myself, Tiffany Henry, on Facebook, or you can go to the Village of Dolton and follow us via Facebook. And then also you can always send us emails. And again, the email address is communications@vodolton.org if you have any questions, concerns, or anything that we need to address. On agenda 2 was, I'm gonna say this, so I don't forget, regarding background checks. So I was implementing a program to make sure we had policy for background checks here in the Village of Dolton. Currently, right now, we do not have a policy, and I was making sure that we did have that, so we don't have any issues moving forward. That was not able to be talked about, discussed, or either voted on this evening. So hopefully on Friday, the Board of Trustees do vote to implement a background check for anybody hired here in the Village of Dolton. And that will conclude my report. So if you need the mayor, please reach out. The village number is 708-849-4000. Again, 708-849-4000. Or you can send me a phone call, and my phone number is 708-297-6859. That is my cell. Thank you again, everybody, and thank you, Trustee Holmes, for staying on, and thank you to the attorney and all the department heads that's on as well. So thank you so much. And sorry, residents, that we weren't able to get you what you needed, and we weren't even able to pay our bills. So y'all should rethink what the Board of Trustees just did, because right now we have to learn to be bigger than what they implemented tonight. And right now we didn't showcase that because everyone's upset about something as relates to a chat box, something that is not needed, because all it is people throwing hatred around towards one another. Right now, me as your leader, I will always make sure we take care of the business at hand. You do not let your business handle you. You take care of your business. But right now, they allow things to be petty and minute as it relates to things going on in the village. And it said when board members are the ones that's initiating all the chaos that's going on here in Dolton, or calling the media out and all the issues y'all don't know. But you will hear me address all those things, because tonight I really wanted to pay the bills and take care of you, the residents, by passing ordinances and things that is truly needed for change in Dolton. But we can never get change if we always keep bucking at board meetings. And you guys told me when I ran for office and knocked on your door, Mayor, please stop with all the chaos. Please do not have that going on at your board meetings. And when people don't get their way, as you can see, what they do, they don't take care of you. They put you in the corner and they say, okay, well, we don't want to talk about it now. We'll have another board meeting. Everyone was here. We should have still took care of the business at hand and moved forward and then talk about whatever they had an issue with later. But right now, no one wants to have structure. That's why our board is so chaotic and messed up now, because there's no structure to the Board of Trustees, because if they don't get fair way, as you can see, they run off. And you should never run. You should always stay and take care of what we are elected to do, which is show up and take care of your business, which is the residents, put ordinances together, do our jobs, and stop worrying about everything the mayor's doing, and stop attacking the mayor every chance you get. Because right now, as trustees, you guys are supposed to legislate. You guys are supposed to sit here and make sure that you put ordinances together or go over other ordinances that we already have on the books and fix it. Yeah, take a drink on that. You have to fix it. So all I'm saying to you, and I'm gonna get out my soapbox, is basically, Board of Trustees, you have to do better. I commend Trustee Holmes for always sticking with the residents and always doing what's right and always showing up to every single meeting, whether he's indifferent, whether he's for it or against it. He shows up and he voices his opinion, and that's how everyone should handle this situation. It's sad to say that we are not there. It's sad to say that everyone will always convert back to the old way. People say they won't change, but truly, I don't feel my Board of Trustees want any change. As you can see, there's a lot of discord, and people do not respect the chair or respect that if I give a order that this is the route we're going, he's supposed to follow suit, not sit here and cry and don't take care of paying your bills. Like, that's bad. And that's why a lot of people don't want to come to the Dolton. That's why a lot of people do move out of Dolton, because we do not show unity among doing this too. And that's what's crazy, because they was on my ticket. They was at your door just like I was. And basically we all stated that we would not bicker, we would not show discord in the public eye, and we will move forward, move as a unit. And we always called ourselves what? The dream team, right? And now your dream has faded. So I want to apologize to the residents for that, but I'm gonna always be the same old Tiff. And I always say Tiff from the block. For all of them that know me, I'm talking to my high school friends. I grew up in Dolton, and I do want to see it great. I have a 2-year-old daughter that I do want to grow up in Dolton, but I want to be that change that she needs to grow up in a safe environment. And by board members not voting for things to make change and make it positive so that all kids in Dolton can grow up in a safe environment is just sad. But one day we'll get there. And remember, election time is coming up. So for all those that's acting this way, just remember this, residents, and don't forget it. So thank you. I'm gonna end that. That's it. So good night, everybody.